Austin. Well, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I hope you've had a wonderful week. I have. My word for today is flourish. And I actually have on a t-shirt, you can't see it, but it has the word flourish on it. So here's the thing. Flourish means to develop in an impressively and successful way. It also means to develop in a healthy way. And I started thinking about this, and God, I think, I don't remember the name of the group, but they have a song called "We Were Born to Thrive." And we are born to thrive. We are born to flourish. And listen to this scripture, y'all. This is from Psalms 92, 13 and 14. Those planted in the house of the Lord, listen, shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall still bring forth fruit in their old age. Whoa, I'm loving that. So I don't care how old you think you might be. God says that if you plant yourself in his word, his presence, and do things the Jesus way, that you will flourish and bear fruit even when you get more mature. I'll use that instead of old. So that's my word for today. And I want you to know that God has called you to flourish and to thrive. Father, in Jesus' name, I thank you today for every person on this call. Lord, you said they that hunger and thirst shall be filled. Father, today, as we come before you and we're on this call, we're asking for your wisdom, your guidance, Father. I thank you that you said you call us to flourish and to thrive. So today we receive that word into our hearts today. And Father, even if we're older than some, you said we could still bear good fruit in our old age. I'm loving that, Father. So, Lord, develop us today, strengthen us today, open up our hearts and our minds to receive today. And Lord, we just love you. We praise you. We pray over the leadership of this company. We ask you to bless them, to give them wisdom. Father, I thank you for our families. We pray over them, our country, Lord Jesus. Thank you for taking good care of our president. We speak health and we speak just divine protection over him and his family and everyone associated with him. Thank you, Father God, for the peace of Jerusalem, that you are watching after your people. So, Father, today, we love you, we praise you, we give you honor and glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. God bless it, Miss Cheryl. We're thriving, baby. We're thriving. I love that. That was a great word of the day. Man, we can never stop learning. And we can never doubt ourselves because God gives us new things every day. And that's a blessing. We just got to go after it because he ain't done with us ever. He's going to use us in a mighty way in these times. And like my dad always says, we're in the people business. So amen to that. Let's help people.
Preach it, Paul. Preach it. You're good. Go for it. I love it. It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love it. Frank, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, buddy.
Amen. Right. Yeah, I sent out your list building tip in an email this morning.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I apologize. I forgot to put that link in yesterday's email, but I sent it out this morning. But yeah, what slides, Frank? You want me to bring up the slides right now?
Yeah, you can. Why don't we let's bring it up. What I'm really would like to have happen is a lot of people participate today. I think that's important. You wouldn't be on the call unless you were ready to flourish and thrive, that's for sure. And I just want people to participate and ask questions and also share what they're doing out there. That's important. I think we have Tom who will be on today and share some things going on with him, Tom Hansen. But if everybody would share, it's going to help people to understand. You never know what word of wisdom you're going to give somebody. I remember going to functions for years, and every time I went to a function, as high as I had progressed in the business, I always learned something from somebody. So you never know how somebody's going to say something that all of a sudden you hear it. I remember one time I was contacting somebody working on my car, and I asked them, if you could, you ever think about being in business for yourself? And he said, nah. I said, you mean you wouldn't be interested in making it up a couple $1,000s a month? He said, yeah, I'd be interested in that. So it depends on what people hear. And so when people share, that to me is the most important thing, because then we all learn something. And I think that's something that everybody is looking to do. Just learn, because our personalities are different. The way we say things, the way we act, our body posture, everything's different. So when you hear somebody else say something, you can pick up something there. I think that's important for people. But if you want to put that slide up, I think maybe it'll start a conversation. So if you want to go ahead and do that, Paul, that'd be great.
Yeah, just give me a few seconds.
I think once people grasp the fact you cannot fail at this, it's impossible. If all you do is open your mouth today, I had one of my guys who shared something with me yesterday. He was doing Uber driving and just mentioned something to somebody that he was, driving. And the person had a great personality, and they just kept bubbling and answering questions with him. He just turned around and used what I think is one of the most important ways to contact people. He just complimented them on their excitement and their energy, and how, they would probably relate to anybody. And it turned out that they just got in yesterday. And, at some point, I'd love to get this girl on the phone, because I spoke to her for about 20 minutes. And she was absolutely fired up about this opportunity. And so you never know where you're going to meet somebody. But I always believe when you're contacting anybody, if you can just compliment them, people love to hear they're being complimented about something, about their attitude. Okay. The fact that, the way that they deal with people, it's just, it's endearing to them. And then they want to listen maybe what you have to say.
I'm that girl that you're speaking about, and I'm here. And today I'm not here to talk, I'm just here to learn. Of course, I will speak up if I need to, but I am still excited.
Who is that?
It's Sarah.
Sarah.
I'm the Uber driver girl.
You're the one, girl.
I'm the one.
All right. Before we go to anything, can you share? I was excited to talk to you for 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, it was a great conversation. Thanks.
Tell us what you saw in this when Jack, brought it up to you.
Dollar signs in my eyes, and logically, how can you go wrong? What's there to risk? What, $10 a month? What, are you kidding me? So okay, so fast. The possibility for gain is way bigger than the risk. And why not? The ideas take heat like this, and they take off, and to be at the ground edge of it is really exciting to me. I'm making my daughter do it. She's 23. I'm making my mom do it. She's I don't know, 73, something like that. I wish I could do it for my sons, but they're only 13 and 11. So it just seems like I said, worth it. It's worth it. What's the worst that can happen? I'm always a worst case scenario thinker, but I also like taking risks. So that can happen. I mean, nothing really. What? Even if you try for 6-8 months and it doesn't, okay, I think it is going to work. But how many? I mean, do the math. What? You've probably spent that on coffee a week. It's ridiculous not to get in on this,
Wow.
You
right?
are great.
Plus, like, I need to understand it better so I can sell it better. That's why I'm here.
You know what? Your enthusiasm is all you need.
What?
Your enthusiasm is all you need. Because people are out there looking. All we're doing is looking for people who are looking. Apparently, even though you were a passenger in an Uber, you were looking for something. And I know you had mentioned you'd like to do this for your kids as well, not
Yeah.
only for yourself. Well, Sarah, we're proud of you, and you already know that we're here to help you. And you'll pick up some things today, and that'll
I'm
help.
hearing.
And
Yeah,
then
thank you.
we'll,
It's a little bit breaking up, so I'm sorry if my responses
that's
don't
okay.
match
That's
what you're
okay.
saying. I'm just having a bad reception
We're going
right
to go
now.
through
Okay.
some information now that maybe will help you, okay? All right, Paul, why don't you bring up that slide? Hey, Sarah, thank you for getting involved here.
My pleasure.
I think, oh, your mic's off. That's what happened to you, Sarah. All right, guys. This is an important slide because the goal is to try and get to 10 as fast as you can. But as you can see going down this chart, if you can see that sixth level there, that's $10,000 is the max that you can get. So let's suppose you have 6 of your smart shoppers, and the most you can get out of it, if you only have 6 shoppers, is $10,000. But realize this, if you filled out your entire pod and all your pods added up to $10,000, that's all you can get. Now you would have $3,000 if you watch that, you'd have $3,000 in smart dollars that you would have to spend. So that's why we're going to have, many, many, many more products, because if that happened and that's where you stop, you're going to have to spend that $3,000. But why stop there? My goal is to get people to understand, how many of you want to make some of the money, or do you want to make all of the money? And if you want to make all the money, you have to get at least 10. Now, another key on getting 10 is try and get them as condensed as you can. That's why the faster you can put those 10 in, the faster you open up the unlimited income. So hopefully you can understand how this is working. I love the fact that, I think it was Norm mentioned, somebody who's a retiree, if they just put 2 people in, that they could have $2,000 a month. That's life-changing income for those people. So you really have to meet people at their own wants and needs. Even though we're trying, the ones that really want to build this to a big level, they want to get to 10 as fast as possible, because then you start picking up the income as you go, not only when they fill in, but you're making money as you go. So there's going to be people, they're going to put 20, 50, 100, who knows what they're going to put in. But whatever somebody wants to put in, meet them at their need, okay? But realize that we're trying to encourage everybody to get to a minimum of 10 as fast as possible. Does anybody have any questions on this? Anybody? Everybody understand this?
And you can put your questions in the chat box and we can call on you as well.
Is Brian on today? Hey, Paul?
Yeah, I'm looking. Cromley, you there? Yellow.
Or when he does get on,
I like how it's laid out though, like this now. Frank.
yeah, now you can see
Yeah.
the green dots are your pods. You want to try and keep them on as close to the circles as possible, because you start earning money faster rather than spreading them out. It doesn't matter how you do it. I'm just trying to encourage people to understand how this works. And the faster you put them in together, the faster you're making money. and you always want to try and get the maximum out of it, even though there's some people maybe all they want's to. If that's all they want, that's fine,
Yeah.
because they're helping to fill in the the matrix anyway. And they're getting what they want out of it, and that's the most important thing, just so that they're happy, wherever they are. But we had I don't know how many people had listened to the building your list. I encourage you to listen to it, because most people never do the list the correct way. In other words, they just do it with their head, or they'll look at their cell phone. And you have to realize everybody knows between 250 and 400 people. And you'll have people say, "Oh, I don't know that many people." You absolutely do know them. And if you go through that list building presentation, it's only 7 minutes long. But if you actually went through it and you put down all the occupations of people that you know, all their names, start from A, Adam, all the way to Z, and what it'll do is it helps you memory jog. And when you memory jog, you're going to find somebody in a profession, and all of a sudden, okay, yeah, I know that person. Or you're going to make a name and you're going to say, okay, now I remember that person from that, whether it was a profession or a job or a business or whatever. And if you do it, you'll come up with 250 to 400 names. In fact, I always told people, hey, if I gave you $100 for every name you came up with, how many could you come up with? And these are the same people tell you, well, I don't know a lot of people. Before they're done, there's 250 people on there or more. So, and the other thing that, I was always taught was sometimes you have to go back through what they called the cornfield. And the cornfield is when a farmer goes through and picks all that corn, some of it falls on the ground. Well, sometimes we have this and we presented it to somebody and the timing maybe wasn't right for them. So you don't spend all your time on it, because you're always better off pulling a rope than pushing it. But sometimes there's people there who all of a sudden their circumstances have changed. And you always want to stay in touch with somebody and let them know what's going on, because you never know what's happening in their life. I remember when I first got in the Amway business, I lived in a townhouse, and I had a next door neighbor, and I'll never forget it. And I tried to show, his name was Bill. I tried to show him the opportunity. He said, nah, I don't have time for that. I'm not interested. I'm waiting on a promotion to be a vice president of a company. And a week later, I said, well, how'd you make out, Bill? He said, the owner's son graduated from college. He took the position and they fired me. So you never know what's going to happen out there. And that's why, going back through the cornfield, sometimes you'll pick up somebody. And there's plenty of corn left on the ground once the farmer goes through. And sometimes there's a little nugget there. So you never give up on anybody. But the important thing is, if you can put that list of 250 then you don't care anymore. When you only have a short list, what I've seen with people throughout my career is, when they have a short list, they think they're in business. So they don't contact them all. And because then they know they're out of business. But when you have a big list, you're not concerned about any one particular person getting in. Remember God's law. Some are going to fall on the rock, the thorn, the shallow, and the fertile. And you never know what that person's going to be. That's what I love about this business. See, to be honest, and all of you on this call know this, if you were in multi-level marketing, I don't care what they say, it takes some kind of skill. It takes time. That's why you read the books and you go to the meetings and all this. Why are they in place? They were in place to let people know that they can do it. In this business, anybody can do it, because it doesn't take anything special. And once you put that person in, you are now in a position to have a pod that can grow to 2,047 people and have a $10,000 a month income, as long as you have 10 or more. So that's the critical number. I feel everybody who's on this call wants to go for at least 10. Now, somebody just posted 100. Go for 100, okay? Nobody can stop you here. Understand this, everybody's dreams and goals are different. So if anybody would even like to share, a dream or a goal, you're going to find out that, people have similar dreams and goals, or maybe it'll trigger them. Sometimes that acorn turns into an oak tree. Sometimes you start with a small dream, and when you hit it, it leads you to a bigger one. And then when you hit that, it leads you to a bigger one. But also there's people who come in this and they already know what they want. They want it all. They want financial independence. They want the nice home and the nice zip code. They want to drive a nice car. They want to be able to go on a vacation. They want to get rid of credit card debt. When they go to a restaurant, they don't want to look at the right side of the menu first. It doesn't matter anymore. And sometimes people will say, you know what, inflation is killing me. Don't participate in it then. Make more money than they can take. And that's how you control your life for you and your family. So this is an incredible opportunity for people to go ahead and share this with everybody. Don't worry about what they say. Sarah, who just got on, she got in the back of an Uber and ended up in a business that can change the life for her and her family. Only because somebody turned around and opened their mouth, complimented them, and said, would they like to take a look at something? They had a great personality. That's all it takes. And remember this, you can never run out of people. The whole point of me putting that, who's that? The whole point of me putting that talk together was to let people know that you can't run out of people. See, we all have our warm list. These are our family, friends, business associates. They know us, we know them, we have their contact information. It's easy to contact them, okay? Don't prejudge them. Don't prejudge somebody because you think that they wouldn't be interested. Don't prejudge them because you think they're already making more money. The problem is when you're making a lot of money, you usually have a lot bigger bills or a lot bigger expenses, or maybe you just want to buy time back in your life. So all you have to do is realize that you don't know what their dream or goal is. You don't know what it is they're looking for. Our only responsibility is to go ahead and share it with people. Let them decide whether or not they want to get in. So the whole point of having a big list is you don't worry about it anymore. The other part of the list is you have people that you know each other, but you don't know their contact information. Maybe it was a bank teller. Maybe it was, a waitress in a restaurant or a secretary in an office. You know each other, but you don't have the contact information. So ask for it. Tell them you have something you'd like to share with them. And then the biggest list of all is everybody else on the planet. You can't run out of people. So when Jack made that contact with Sarah, that was somebody on the planet. He didn't know them. They were not somebody that were in his list at all. He just started a conversation. The other key with starting a conversation, I always recommend to people, put a smile on your face and be positive, be uplifting. People pick up on that. They want to be involved with people that know where they're going and they're excited about it. And that's all it takes. So it's not a big deal, but I recommend people listen to that because, and just think of it, if you were going to be given $100 for every name you put on that list, and then try and get them off the list. I always tell people, you're not in business until you get rid of your list. Once you're off the list, then you're dealing with the rest of the planet. And then you're in a position to start talking to everybody. And as I mentioned before, there's a very short word. It has 2 letters in it. It's called hi. If you say hi to people and they say hi back, you can start a conversation. You can use form. You can use anything that you want. You can compliment people. And just saying hi to people all by itself, they'll say hi back. They're the ones you want to talk to. I always said it's like the dog theory. If you say hi to somebody and they say hi back, it's like a dog. when you go up to them, you know, the tongue's out, the tail's wagging. If they don't say hi back to you, it's like the dog who's growling. You don't bother with them. Just bother with the ones who you can have some kind of dialogue with, okay? So they're just some little tidbits I have, but if anybody has any questions, please, and you know, if you have a dream that you'd like to share, if you'd like to have a number of people who you would like to put in, share that. If you have any questions, please bring them up so that we can help answer them for you so that you can get your business moving. Paul, does anybody have any questions so far?
Not that I'm seeing. I know what I've run into is, you know, this is something new, Frank, and simplifying this model for people, because what I tell people, man, it's a new affiliate marketing paradigm. And affiliate marketing in our world today is proven. And this is just a new paradigm, a new way to shop and a new way to earn. I like how Mark said that when we were in Orlando. And that's, I mean, to keep it simple, I mean, that makes sense to me. I really like how Mark said that, a new way to shop and a new way to earn. And that's exactly what this is in an affiliate marketing box. I'm excited.
Hey, we just had a question come through about the earning cap. All right.
Okay, it says, I have a question. It says
Ye-
earning cap. What is the comp to get the
Yeah,
max earning?
let me explain that. Okay.
Yep.
When you see the $100, 500, all the way down to unlimited, that's the max you can earn depending on how many shoppers you have in the first column. That's what I was trying to explain. When you only have 6 shoppers, the max you can get is $10,000. Now, if you had 6 shoppers and you were at 10 or more, that would be worth $60,000, those 6 pods would max out at $10,000 each, not as $10,000 for 6 of them in total. So that's the importance of getting to where it says unlimited. So the most you can get if you put nobody in is $100. The most you can get if you put 1 in is 500, and the most for 2 is 2,000. So if you can see this, they're incentivizing you to go on to the next level. So hopefully that explains that for you. No, the pod does not have to fill up. In other words, if you have 6 shoppers, that's 6 pods. It could be anywhere in there. Once it hits 10,000 for those 6, that's the max you can get. So it doesn't matter if you have 6. That's the max you can get. You could have one pod got in earlier than another one, so it was filling up faster than another pod. But once the total number of pods, if you only have 6, that's $10,000. Hopefully that makes sense to you. That's why I'm trying to say bunch them together so that you start earning the money faster.
Hi, Frank.
Hi.
This is Shirley in Canada.
Hi.
Hi. So, Frank, you're saying that the $10,000 maximum is per pod if you have 6 pods? It's
No,
per. Oh, okay.
no. What I'm saying is the total in those 6 pods. So suppose you put one in, the first one you put in will be filling in faster than the others, correct?
Yes.
So then you put the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. And if you, let's say you took them over 5 months or 6 months, you put one in a month. Well, that 1 pod and 2 pod and 3 pod may be already at 10,000 total,
Okay.
but you can't make any more if you only stay at 6. That's why they're saying if you just went one more pod, okay,
Okay.
then you're going to pick up $5,000 more for one more pod.
All
It's
right.
number 9. If you look at that, why would you only get $50,000 total when if you had 10 pods, it could be 100,000? Just one more pod could increase your income by 50,000 a month. And then once you get over 10, it doesn't matter because then they're all going to fill in. And when they do, they max out.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Shirley.
So the key is, if you don't want to leave any money on the table, get 10.
Yeah,
Simple.
that's the key.
Simple.
That's why I'm saying the faster you do it, okay, now you can relax, and most people can live on, 100,000 a month, I would think.
Good question. Hi, Frank. This is Danny Lee.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Okay, so and I need to be a premier member in order to benefit from this, correct? Or just shoppers or affiliates? Like where do you have to be in order to have these kinds of earnings?
You can get in for $9.99 now, and when it starts, you'll go up to $14.95.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so say I enroll my friend Dina and she doesn't do anything. She just shops occasionally.
That
She
pod can
doesn't
fill in.
prefer it. So she will earn up to $100 for the amount of, depending on the amount of people that get placed.
No, listen to what happens. You put your friend in. What was her name, Gina?
Say Dina, yeah.
Okay. That means you have a pod that can go down for 2,047 people, of which you put none of them in
Correct.
because you started that pod.
Correct.
She can only make $100 if she does nothing.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted clarity on.
You can make up to 10,000 or more.
Right.
I think
So-
it's going to be more, to tell you the truth.
So-
because
Yeah. So each pod can be a shopper or an affiliate or a premier member. Is that correct? It's just your direct referral.
Yes.
yeah,
Not a
in other
shopper.
words,
Not a shopper.
you're a premier member, right?
Correct.
So when this moves across in June, you're going to come across and get a spot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, how many of those smart shoppers do you want personally?
Well, according to this, I want 10.
Well, you may want 20 or 50 or 100. You want 10 because then you max out getting all the bonus on your whole pot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you how many you want. You don't have to stop at 10. We're only suggesting 10
Yeah.
because then you get all of the money.
Correct. That opens it up so that you don't have caps. I totally get that. But someone coming in like my friend Dina, who just wants to shop, she'll shop and she can make up to $100 a month.
Yeah, but she just made you the potential of 10,000.
I understand, but when I'm inviting people, I want to be able to explain to them what their options are. If you come in and you don't do anything, you will be able to make up to $100 a month just by being an affiliate and a shopper and shopping.
Yes, when their pod position fills in to where there's $100, they get the $100.
Exactly. And then if they do refer somebody, say they refer their sister who decides to become a shopper, then they have the potential to work their way up as well, right?
If they just get her sister,
Just by being an affiliate, you don't have to be a premier member. You can just be an affiliate, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The reason you want to be the premier member is that eventually those shoppers that you're putting in,
Mm-hmm.
if one of them or two of them say, you know what, I want to get the income over on the other side as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want a position over there. So when they come across, you can pick up that income as well. So your premier member, your 2x2 is going to fill in from people who are your shoppers over in the Onemarketplace.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they'll bring them in, and then they bring them in, and then they bring them in. So that can fill out for you. But the one that's going to really explode is the Onemarketplace because it's much easier to put somebody in for 10 or 15 bucks.
Correct.
Something
Do
on
we
that?
have, do we have any idea what the next products will be, or will we not know until they come in?
The only one that I heard about is going to be like the pet foods, pet products, not just the foods, all the pet products. But
Gotcha.
you have to understand this, the reason that Oscar from Apple has been there, he's already made contacts with major companies, and the major companies, all they want to do is see the numbers. So once we are able to launch, I think we're going to have all the numbers we need by the time we launch, for these other big companies to say, okay, now you have the number of shoppers that's required for us to go ahead and put our product with you. So he's made those contacts, and now it's just a matter of us doing our job and getting those people in so that they can start adding the product line. It'll be
Yeah.
like an Amazon online, as long as it has commissions to it. That's our only criteria. It has to have commissions. So we're not going to be selling toilet paper or something. We're going to be selling commissionable products, because they'll go into our, so we have the shopping dollars and the commissions being paid.
Yeah, and the shopping dollars are genius, by the way.
Absolutely.
Can I add something here?
Go for it, Norm.
Yeah, for Danny, for your friend coming in, when you say shopper, she doesn't earn as a shopper. She has to be an affiliate. Okay, that's number one.
Yes,
And
I do realize that. Thanks.
okay, and then the other thing is, as an affiliate and as a shopper, if she doesn't have even one person, right, then she can earn up to $100. But that $100 is only in smart dollars. She doesn't have commissionable currency dollars. She has smart dollars that she can only spend to buy products.
Okay, so if you're an affiliate without referring anyone, you only get smart dollars. When do
No,
you start to get half and half?
No.
no.
You get half and half.
Look at number one, where my mouse is. You get 50% in cash, and you get 50% in smart dollars.
Yeah.
I mean, that's correct, right, Frank?
Yeah,
But the
Yep.
cap is $100. So you'd have,
right. So you have to spend 50 of those dollars in shopping.
right.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, this is Tom Anderton. That graphic that you have up right now, where do we find those graphics at? Because I've gone to the downloads under marketing and I don't see anything there for
Yeah.
number one marketplace, and I didn't see it on R3G as far as in downloads there. So I just wondering if that was available yet for us to download, or when
Yeah.
it would be, if not.
I have this PDF on R3G, but not this slide I'm showing right now. I'm gonna after this call, I'm gonna update the PDF slide presentation that I'm on right now in R3, and you can all, just click it and download it. And
Great.
but yeah, I'll update the one that's there right now with this new slide that I'm showing.
Okay.
Hey, Paul,
This slide is amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you very, very much.
it's
You're
very
welcome.
simple. It's very simple to
Hey,
see.
Paul.
Yeah.
Can we bring on Tom Hansen to share some of his thoughts?
Oh yeah, Tom, where you at? Unmute, brother.
Going on, Paul? How are you?
Hey, good to hear from you. I'm doing
Hey,
good.
good to hear from you guys. I'll show my my mug here. All right. Hey, hi everybody. I've been a lurker, I think, since the beginning of time, which was when this was called Stoplight Go. Frank, how did I meet you? I was just thinking about that. How, who connected you and I together? There was somebody.
I have no idea, buddy. I think we probably met because we both recognized each other's names when we got involved here.
Yeah, it was through somebody, but I always say if it's out, it's God. And I just appreciate all of you for being on, number one. My background, I built that business that starts with an A back in the 90s to the diamond level. And the reason that I decided to start contributing instead of just listening is basically because of Paul's dad, because he had a lot to do with my growing up in the industry of relationship marketing. In fact, I saw him and his wife. I'm actually from Michigan. So I saw him in Grand Rapids speak. He just had his daughter, Brittany, which would actually be Paul's sister. And my wife and I basically had just had our daughter at the almost at the exact same time. So I've been in the industry for, basically since my 20s. Did not set the world on fire. Um, Frank and I have had numerous different projects. I own a merchant service company, a credit card company. That's my day job these days. And each time that Frank called me, I just looked at it from the perspective of, hey, listen, can I get these guys as a potential customer of mine? Because I still, get a check, like maybe some of you and other companies that I've been involved with for quite a while. What attracted me to this is I was involved in a project to take the big A company to where Onemarketplace is going to be in the next 2 to 3 months. And what I want to share with you guys is if you've ever thought about being at the right place at the right time, it is going to be this company. And I cannot share with you at this point because we're just a little premature of what's going to happen, but I can tell you and maybe plant a seed with you. Think about it this way. If there was, and this is for Sarah, if there was a product that somebody needed and the only place that they could get it was from you, and they started to seek you out, how big of a team or how many smart shoppers would you have? Because way back when I had mentors that had come before me and shared with me about the list, which by the way is the number one thing on the map book and on the 10 steps or the daily dozen. And what Frank was talking about is the idea of exposure. That's what your list is all about. And I never was a good picker. I don't know about you guys. I just never was. I couldn't pick the people that were going to do this, but I can tell you this much. The people you think will won't, and the people you think won't will. Just share. You now have a link. I shared the video just recently, and this is what I think Frank wanted me to share with you. This guy is a high-level influencer. He's connected with, been a recording artist. He's been, I don't think if I said his name, but if I said the name of the band that he's a part of, every one of you would know who he is. Every time that I talk to him, he's too busy. How many of you have ever heard that? Don't raise your hand. If you haven't run into anybody that says they're busy. If there's ever a business for a busy person, it's what we're talking about. But you don't know. I didn't know if this guy would be interested or not. All I know is I've been taking phone calls since I've talked to Frank with influencers like him that he has basically shared just a little bit being a busy guy with some other busy guys and gals, other influencers, and I've been sharing the video with them. So here's what I recommend. And this goes all the way back to my days when I started relationship marketing and when I learned from Brig and I learned from Frank and people like him is that we don't know who's interested and who's not interested. We just need to get the idea in front of them. Let them make the decision. I love what Sarah, hopefully still on here. That's who you're looking for. You're looking for somebody that has a dream. Most of us have been through so many things, call it life, call it challenges, we don't think anybody's going to be interested because we're thinking, look at the past history that we've had. Flush the past history and just get back to what's in your phone and get the concept in front of somebody. And you can do it now. We're sitting here in March. We got March, April, and May. And let's say this launches as the end of June. Everyone that's on this call can go through your phone and get that link out to people and have 10, easily 10 by the time that this thing launches. I've never seen anything better. I've been in the industry forever, all of my adult life. The reason why I'm coming out of the, from the back room and out front is because the people that I, at one time, when I wasn't a believer, they believe. Frank was one of them at one point. Rig was another one, and Lita were another one. They believed when I didn't believe. And now what we need to do is do the exact same thing. I'm telling you, there are so many things. And Frank, I was just getting off a call that fits in. And I always say that synergy and there's no coincidence that what's actually happening is coming together the way it's coming together. And I can't wait to be able to share some of the things. One of the things, Paulie, you just saw a couple days ago, you haven't seen the tip of the iceberg of how that's going to play into the growth and excitement that's going to come here in the next few days. You realize that all of us right now are all working for one another. There's no one team. If you go put on 10, that excites Tom, who excites Danny, who excites anybody that's on this call. I'm just looking at the ones that are right in front of me. I'm not on the gallery view, or what I like to call the Hollywood squares with Zoom. We're all working together. There's no one person. I mean, when Brian says that Randy Couture is getting in, guess what? Randy Couture just got in your business. If this individual that I'm talking about right now gets involved and he brings in a bunch of high level individuals, eventually they'll show up on our Zoom. They just got into your Onemarketplace business to help you get your dreams. So anyway, I'm glad to be a part of the team. Appreciate all of you that have contributed because it brings me back.
Hey,
That's all I got.
Tom,
Yeah, Frank.
just
Yeah.
the comment you just made, they're all getting in your business. We're doing a call on Monday with somebody, and that individual was someone in your business who was in politics in Michigan. And the
Yep.
person we're doing the call for has access to, I think it was like 300,000 people on his radio show.
Yep, sure does.
I'm doing a call for him this Monday. You're doing one next Monday, and then Briggs doing one to wrap it all up the fourth Monday.
Yep.
Now, how many of those 300,000 could be in everybody's business who's on this call?
All of them.
All of them. Exactly right. And then you had another influencer that had a lot of high-end people that has hundreds of contacts. And this is coming from your efforts, and your efforts alone, multiply that by everybody who's already in and will be in. Do you see how fast this can fill in? That's why you want to get your 10 as fast as you can, guys, because you're going to benefit from Tom's effort, all the people he knows, all the people I know. I'm going to benefit from all the people you know. It's an amazing opportunity for us to have a business that can fill in this way. And that's why I said it doesn't take anything special. Just get started and get a couple people, and that income potential is up to you. How big are your dreams and goals? How much do you want to make out of this? Is 10 enough? Is 5 enough? Is 20, 50 enough? I don't know. We all have different wants and needs. So thanks again, Tom, for sharing. And that was a great analogy to say that whatever you're doing right now, whatever we're all doing, we're all benefiting each other. It's crazy. So thank you, buddy.
You got it.
Any other calls there, Paul?
I'm looking.
Anybody like to share a contact that you made or share the dream, why you got in this and what your plans are and what you're looking forward to? Remember, this is a team, guys. I don't need to be up here running my mouth. You're going to say something way more important than I'm going to say.
Frank, I just got one question on the shoppers. You know, we get a $30 hotel credit, you know, when you were applying to somebody that does nothing. Does that $30 hotel credit, you know, for every month they get for their membership? Does that
Yes.
apply in that $100 or is that an additional?
No, that's additional.
Okay, that's I just want to get clarity on that. They're actually making $15 a month for a hotel credit because half of that hotel credit is paying for their affiliate membership.
No, no.
Okay, that's totally different. Okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
you're paying your $15, right? You're getting a $30 hotel credit from month one. Month two, you have another 30. Month three, another 30.
Whether you do absolutely nothing.
If you do nothing,
Okay,
all
I
you
just
have to
wanted,
do is pay your subscription.
yeah, I just wanted clarity on that because
Yeah.
they're actually in essence they're making $15 for getting
Yeah, they're making 15 every
Yeah,
month as long
every
as
month for getting in. Yeah,
as
Yeah.
long
so
as
it's
they
a
use the
no-brainer.
hotel.
Yeah,
It's
it's
paying for their subscription and some, you know,
yep,
based
that's
on their
exactly right. That's the
them
point I
joining.
wanted everybody to hear.
Yeah.
So
No,
they're
it's
getting in for
incredible.
free.
Yeah. And the value's there too. Look, you get a half ounce of silver just for joining
Yep.
right from when you join. When One Marketplace goes live and we can click that button that says, you know, activate our One Marketplace position, we're going to all get our 1/2 ounce of silver when we pay our $14.95. And then we're going to get our $30 in hotel credits. And we get that $30 every time we pay our $14.95. But we're getting our monthly subscription paid for just in the One Marketplace based on the community connective marketing. It's incredible.
Yeah, the sooner you get in, your pods are going to start filling up, whether you have anybody under you or not. And what it's doing is it's forcing you to go ahead and get somebody because you want more money as it's filling in. You
Yeah.
want to be ahead of the fill. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you do.
And just one other question too, Frank. I just want to make sure everybody who's got premier members now, when they come over to One Marketplace, that is going to be considered a pod. So let's just
Yes.
say you sponsored 8 people. So you start out with 8 pods once they come over, correct?
Yes, you do.
Okay, that's what I wanted to
So
clarify.
you already have the potential for
Yep.
$30,000 a month.
Yep.
Now, do you want to stay there?
No. No, absolutely not. I got in for the money.
That's right.
And you're going to
See?
stay in for the money too,
That's
right?
right. Hey,
Doesn't that help? Doesn't that get you excited? See, you can still work in depth. You can help your team, your personal pods, yeah, your smart shoppers, your personal people you brought in. You can help them bring people in as well and share the good news. You
Hey.
know, you're still going to earn on their pods.
exactly.
Like, it's a beautiful concept. Like Mark really, he nailed it with the model.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Everybody I bring in, I want to be successful. Okay. So I'll talk to anybody. I'll talk to anybody for you. You're not even in my group, but you are in my pod.
Yep.
Does that make sense to you? I'll talk to anybody for anybody that needs help. Paul will, Brig will, Brian will, Tom will, all of us will.
Pam, I'll let you know how you can use the hotel credits. I believe you can use them. You'll be able to use them through Voyager. I'll
Yeah,
get,
that's what you get. You get a link that limits you in Voyager, but only for hotel rooms.
yep.
Now, one other question, Frank, I have on the hotel credits. Like right now, when they get in for the $9.95, they get a $200 hotel credit. Is that still correct?
Yes,
Okay, and then it changes to the $30 a month when they become One Marketplace.
correct.
Okay,
But then you're getting $360 a year rather than 200.
exactly. That's correct. Yep.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure on that too. So they get in right now for the $9.95. They're going to get a $200 credit right now.
Yes. Yes. And Mark's going to go in here in time. He's going to show why there's going to be a benefit to having, you know, your C4th position and your One Marketplace position. Because some people are like, well, why do I need my C4th position? It's going to play a role, you know.
Yeah, a big one.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because these two, you know, look at it this way. This 1M, One Marketplace side is the affiliate program side. It's its own entity. It's its own company. Under the umbrella of C4th, we have our, you know, C4th side. These are going to work hand in hand because you can, once people start getting their early success, they can double dip. They can, you know, hold a new position in C4th, you know, if you brought them into One Marketplace. So, and they fall just like that. When they upgrade, they fall into your group in C4th.
You know, we can show them, Paul. If you go back to one of the first slides that shows money,
Okay.
it'll show you where it can go up to $2 rather than 65 cents. It's one of the
Was
very
that the
first,
old slide?
you know, yeah, it's one of the very first slides that you come to with money. So back further, keep going.
I don't know if I have
That's
it
in
on.
the beginning. Yeah, you want to go way back. Oh, I can't hardly.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Think is right here, right?
Yeah. You see that $2 there? That's what we don't know about. That's what's in Mark's head for being part of being over in the Premier
C4th.
side as well.
Yep.
If you're an affiliate, oh, you get 65 cents. What's that $2? That's the secret that he hasn't told you yet. Where does that come from? That comes because you're going to have both sides, and somehow he's going to connect that over to a benefit for being on both sides. So that's why it's going to help build your C4th business as well. So if you want all the money, you want to be on both sides.
Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be nice when he shows a visual too.
Yeah.
And we'll have all that. They're working on a lot of cool stuff behind the scenes. Any other questions, y'all? Is this
Anybody
making
have something they'd like to share?
Well, I had a question. This is Tom Anderton again.
Yeah.
Back in the beginning of the Zoom, Frank, you talked about, you know, building lists and the importance of that. And I recognize that's invaluable. If you're really going to be in this business and you're going to make it work, you've got to have a list, but you've got to do it the right way. Don't run around with it in your head, put it on paper. But you referred to a 7-minute video. And I'm not aware of that 7-minute video. And from the people that I'm bringing in, I'd like to be able to have something to point them towards where it's not just them hearing it from me, but, you know, the value of build a list, and then how to narrow that list down to the 20, the group of 20 that you're going to first approach, rather than just keeping it in your head. Where do we go to find that 7-minute video you referred to?
Paul put it up for you. He already has it on your invite from today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here,
okay.
I'll put that link in the chat right now, and then I'll put it on R3G team
Okay, great.
group as well.
Yeah, I did go on to the R3G team page just to see if there was something there, and I didn't see it, and I thought, okay, maybe I'm missing something somewhere, but okay, that clears it
It's
up.
in your
Thank you.
email that Paul
Great.
sent out.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But if people will follow that, they're going to be in business. The problem is when you only put, what you call your hot list, which is the most important one. Well, when you go through that, then people feel I'm out of business. I can't, what am I going to do? What you're going to do is start saying hi to everybody, just like Jack did with Sarah on the Uber drive. And then you compliment people. The most perfect piece of information I can give you on contacting is to say hi to people and smile. Let your face know that you're excited. And then when they smile back, you can start a conversation about anything. I always like to start it with complimenting people. I've told you that before. When somebody has an outgoing, bubbly personality, I know they're going to be perfect for this business because they relate to a lot of people. So I always love to compliment them on that. You could compliment if you're a woman, not a guy. If you're a woman, you could compliment another woman on their hair or on their clothing or whatever. Okay. You guys can leave that alone. Okay. You compliment the guys on his golf clubs or his golf swing or something.
That's funny.
Quick question, video you're talking about, a 7-minute video. You're not talking about the landing page that's 11 minutes. You're talking about a different.
No,
right?
it's an audio. It's not a video at all. It's just an audio, 7 minutes.
Okay. Okay. So, but would we want to be using that landing page so that when people ding, ding, the light comes on, all they got to do is click the button and they're in your system, right?
If you gave that to somebody, it gives them a map of how you create a list. Not everybody's going to do it. I'm telling you right now, if everybody followed that list, you would have 250 to 400 people. You wouldn't be worrying about people. And then the challenge is get them all off. Okay. Let them decide yes or no. Do you understand if you had 250 to 400 people and just asked them all, hey, would you be interested in this? Would you be interested in this? Would you be interested in this? You would have your 10. That's why anybody can do it, because it doesn't matter what they say. The ones that say yes are in. The ones that say no, you're on to the next one. That's why, one of the biggest terms I was ever taught was, when you contact somebody, if they say no, what's your response? Next. That's your response. Next. Because why? If you understand the whole thing about you're not putting them in, okay? You don't put them in. I believe the creator puts them in. All you have to do is water them and he'll grow them. You water them by helping them.
And Frank too. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Hi, this is Susan Bentley. Hi, Paul.
Hey.
Hey, I wanted to share something with you guys, if you don't mind. I've been a networker for almost 30 years of my life, and that list you refer to is so very important. I don't care if it's on the C4 side or the marketplace side. We used to call that's your inventory. If you had a McDonald's and didn't have any hamburgers, you wouldn't have a business. So, we taught people to do your top 20. We have at least 200 on your list, and then have a list separate from people who might want to share the product with. But I always, if someone says no to me, I say, well, who do you know? That's one way to go, depending on the way the conversation goes. You can say next, but who do you know? And sometimes that's like a takeaway. Well, then I guess maybe what about me? So there are different ways that can go. So thank you for letting me share.
What is your name?
I'm Susan Bentley from Florida.
Susan, you just
Bentley.
gave out a handful of nuggets, and thank you for sharing.
Oh, I've got a lot of them.
Well, then keep sharing them. That's what we need.
And it goes back, you know, to this 10-step pattern. I mean, this thing, study this and follow it. I mean, this is pretty much what we're talking about, making a list. Briggs got it all written out for us, so you guys don't have to figure it out. And Frank, with his recording, you know, he goes so in depth on the simplicity of just making a list, seeing it on paper.
And hey, Paul, I love this list because that's the way I was taught as well. And I think your very first thing next to your list is your why. You don't have a powerful why. Why are you doing this? Why would you do this? Why would you want this for other people? Everything needs to be written.
Yep.
Everything has to be down on paper. You cannot keep all this in your head. That never works. It's important, as Tony Robbins always said, written goals are achievable goals. So this is perfect. This is the way everybody should follow, and it'll be very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. The why is the most important thing, folks. If somebody doesn't have a why, they're not going to do anything.
Right.
Number one, and here's another tidbit. If your why is bigger than your fear, you will succeed. If your fear is bigger than your why, you will not succeed. And this is where I get back to, I have a whole philosophy that why would you be afraid of anybody? The only reason you're afraid of other people, we did that whole talk on, how powerful your brain is that you have allowed in there something to control you. That's why I say, never take your self-image, self-worth, self-esteem from anybody on the planet. Not your wife, not your kids, not your friends, nobody. Once you get the handle that the only person that you take your self-image, self-worth, and self-esteem from is your creator, period, then you have no fear to talk to anybody. People say, well, hey, Frank, why did you call Brig first? Well, why wouldn't I call Brig first? You start at the top. I didn't have any fear to call Brig. If he had said no, what was my response? Next. Okay? Next. It didn't matter what he said. It didn't matter if he laughed at me or said, hey, you're crazy. I used to get on stage, thousands of people, and say, call me ugly, dumb, and stupid. And I would have 10,000, 20,000 people say, you're ugly, dumb, and stupid. I'd say, okay. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. It doesn't matter what you think about me. You could think right now, you're the ugliest dude I ever saw. You don't have any hair, Hey, I don't care. I don't take my self-image, self-esteem, or self-worth from anybody. And if I could only help people get to that one point in their life, they would not care. They would contact everybody that moved, knowing that their dream and goal was sitting right in front of them right now. And nobody could stop them. Nobody could stop you. Because it would be, you're not in control. The other thing I believe is some fall on the rocks, the thorns, the shallow, and the fertile. I don't know who they are. I didn't pick them. All my creator said was pick up the rock and see what's under it. Okay, that one, leave that one alone. Okay, pick up the next one, pick up the next one, pick up. You can get 100. If you want 100, you want 200, forget about 10. You can get as many as you want. The only limitation we put on ourselves is ourselves. That's the only limitation. So thank you for sharing. Somebody else have something?
And Frank,
Yeah.
one thing you want to role play, like if you shared this opportunity with me and I ask you simply like, well, what is this? Like, explain what this whole model is. What do you say?
I say, give me your email. I'm going to send you a video. And once you look at it, then I think it'll answer all your questions. Then we can talk.
Yeah. And then after I watch it, I'm like, wow, man. So this is like what, some new marketplace. And I mean, for me, seeing it for the first time, because some people are asking like, well, how do I explain them what this is, to simplify it, because they're so used to the traditional way. And like I'm telling people, it's like, dude, this is a new affiliate marketing paradigm. Like, this is a new marketplace to shop and earn. And to keep it that simple, is
Hey, Paul, here's a one that you could use.
Yep.
We have a subscription, right?
Yes.
Costco have a subscription.
Yep.
Ours is monthly. Suppose I joined Costco today, and then everyone else that ever joined Costco after that, I was able to make something on their subscription and every time they shop. Do you think that'd be a good idea?
Oh yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
that's what we got, buddy.
Yep. I think my dad said it's a premier members benefits program.
Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
But I don't answer questions like you said. If they, once I've made my initial, I'd like you to take a look at something, and I'll relate it back to two people that probably reached billionaires in the Amway business. And the one guy was already successful, and the other guy was introduced to it from somebody else. And the guy who was at the top said, I want you to come over and talk to me. And it was a couple-hour drive. And the guy said, well, I don't have time to do that. And the guy said, well, that's the way I do business. And the guy said, well, I don't think I can do it. And the other guy said, well, forget it then. And the guy who thought he was in control, he already knew he was in a situation where he needed more out of life. And he acquiesced to the guy, and he went and met with him and became a billionaire.
Wow.
All right. So you're in control of your business, nobody else.
Yep.
You have a multi-million-dollar business. You're interviewing a couple people. It doesn't matter if it was Brig or whether or not it was Bill Gates or anybody else. You're in control of it because
That's
you
right.
can't run out of people.
Yep.
Do you realize that in the United States alone, 5 million people reach age 18 every year? You can't run out of them. So if you want to go out there and mess a bunch of them up, God bless you, because you're going to be successful. Because you can't even mess it up. Because the ones that are meant to get in are going to get in. The ones that have a dream and a goal are going to get in.
Well said. Well said. Hey, Brian, I see you have your hand raised.
Yeah, hi, Paul. How are you?
Good, man.
Good. Hey, Frank.
Hey, bud.
I've got a question. Last Saturday, when Mark was over at Brian's house, and he told the story about being on the flight, meeting those guys, and came up with the slogan, "A new way to shop and a new way to earn." And he said, "Hey, I really like that." He said, "And do you think they'll put like, are they working on a business card where we could hand maybe somebody a card and maybe have that on the back, new way to shop, new way to earn, kind of catch your curiosity, and then have like a QR code that would send people to the landing page?"
Yep.
Are they working on anything like that?
Yeah, we can have Dave Pike make that next week.
Oh,
And
okay.
where people can get them made. That's
Yeah.
simple.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks. Hey, Frank,
Yeah,
good.
bud.
Good stuff.
Go get them, buddy. I know
Yeah.
you had somebody you just put in too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, this has been a powerful meeting. Frank, you've crushed it like always.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I'm just a dumb guy that doesn't care. Okay. I don't care what somebody thinks or says or does. I just do it.
Yep. Yep. We take action. That's
But
what
I
it's
wasn't
about.
that way in the beginning. In the beginning, until I found who I was and where I was created from, I was like everybody else. I cared about what somebody said or thought, or it affected me. And then once I realized I was created and I wasn't a piece of garbage, then I realized, hey, you're putting them in. I'm just going to go turn the rock over.
Hey, you guys, this is Diamond Diane in Silent Springs, Arkansas. Just want to let you know I put a couple new shoppers in this week. Just showed them the video.
Wow.
Good girl.
Heck yeah, Diana.
That wasn't hard, was it? You got 2 in a week.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. Would they come in at affiliate or premier member?
They just came in as affiliates. One of them has been on my just shoppers list forever.
Oh, nice.
And, the other one, they both live here in Arkansas and close to me. So that's the great part.
Perfect. Heck yeah.
I'm sorry, Diane, which video?
I'm sorry?
Which video did you share with them?
This new video that the one that's on the on
The 7?
on the marketplace homepage with the circles. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, under marketing, look in your back office, let it load. Look, you have a landing page right here, and there's all these links on how you want to share it, but you can view the page right here, and this is what they're going to see, you know? Watch the video, and the video is right here. They can watch it all, and it'll go through all those slides we've been showing, and then they can see more information down here, and
I like to pause it on the slide that shows if you get one more, what it does. If you get one more, what it does. And I say, hey, do you have a husband or a mother? You could put them in. That could be your first person. Just show them the video.
Exactly, Diana.
Perfect. Great. Thank you all.
Yep. Well, cool. I mean, if no one's got any other questions, I'll let everyone get back to their weekend, because this has been very productive.
Yeah, I can't believe we took 1 hour and 17 minutes.
I know that went by quick, dude. Hey, man, when you're having fun, time goes by quick.
Yeah.
1 hour and 17 minutes. We could have put 3-4 people in.
I know. Heck yeah. Next Saturday, let's all invite somebody, and we
And come
can.
prepared to share, please.
Yeah. We'll plug them in. Sign them up, plug them in. Boom.
A couple people that shared dropped nuggets on us. I hope you took note of what they said.
It's just an 11-minute video. My goodness. I mean, just if you have any questions, just watch the video and then ask me your question. And I like to pause it on that page, that shows what you get. I mean, my goodness, who wouldn't want to get a half ounce of silver for $15?
Yep.
If somebody says, if you don't tell me more about it, I'm not interested. What do you say?
Just watch the video, please.
And if they say, unless you tell me more, I'm not gonna, and all you say is, hey, if you change your mind, get back to me.
There you go.
That's how we do business. You have to look at it first. It's like me trying to give you a haircut on the phone.
It's a free look. My goodness. Who wouldn't want to take a free look?
Exactly.
Is it going to cost you anything to look at it? And nope. One other thing. Hey, have you ever heard never shut the door till you know what's behind it?
Wow. Exactly. That's good wisdom right there.
That's
I
great.
just want to say congratulations to Bobby Ennis. He just told me he signed up his first person, and he still doesn't know how to use the computer, but he was able to do that. And it's a lot of it is because, Paul, you help us with the links, and that's just incredible.
Yay,
so I just wanted to know how
Bobby.
soon can he get the link to watch this video, this training again.
Go, Bobby.
Way to go, Bobby. We're proud of you.
Go, Bobby.
Hey, if Bobby can do it, so can you.
Absolutely.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah.
I'd like to get that haircut over the phone, please. How much?
Mine's all gone, buddy.
That's right, just like Frank's.
I got them all cut.
Good to see you.
Heck yeah, John.
you,
Good
bud.
seeing you.
All right.
Cool.
I think we got it, Paul.
I think
Line
so.
them up and sign them up.
Line them up.